will move to our next guest, Blenster.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. So, I am having technical difficulties. Of course, OBS wanted to update right before the stream, and then it broke all the plugins.
Oh no, sorry.
So for those who don't know, I am the Blenster. I've been doing hardware hacking at security conferences since 2011 or so, and I been hanging out at the Level 1 Hackerspace, which is a free community resource here in Louisville, Kentucky, for people to come in and use tools and make all the things. I've taught or taken a bunch of classes, learned all sorts of stuff about Arduino and microcontrollers and Raspberry Pi and all that fun stuff there. Got into electronics as a hobby there with my friend the Hat. I misdiagnosed the problem he was having. I figured if I helped build the stuff that he was working on, he could write the code faster. So I started building a bunch of stuff for him, and that was not the actual problem. And so we built a bunch of stuff together, and I eventually started building stuff on my own. So big on open source. I was one of the conference organizers for the Midwest Open Source Software Conference many years ago. My friend Alton was an exchange student. He came here to do I think his senior year in high school from Kosovo, and he pushed us to put this conference together. He was the driving force, and I went along for the ride and helped out a bit. Yeah, so just a big fan of open source stuff. I was asked if I would be happy to, if I would be willing to help with this. I said I'd be happy to. And I happen to have an open source project I can show you all. See if this works. They broke all the plugins. All right, let me grab the mouse. So what I have here is it's upside down there, but put it this way. This is the Marine Hacking Village badge from this year's DEF CON, and it is open source. It is a 4-layer PCB. It has the obligatory LEDs on it, of course, but we also have a really cool power handling section, our GPIO expansion, and then all of the voltage injection and CAN bus stuff up here. And I can pull up the KiCad files and show you all that if you like. Yeah, all of the pretty curves. This is the most recent thing I've done that's open source. It's unfortunately not been certified open source yet. I don't know if we will get around to that or not, because we're all a bunch of volunteers, but it is open source. It's on GitHub. And I have links I can give you. But it's got really cool CAN bus injection hardware, and we can do solid CAN bus injection at 2 megahertz, and it'll work up to about 5 megahertz, and then it starts getting a little too fuzzy. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to talk about for 15 minutes because I've spent the last half hour pounding on OBS going, why are you breaking right before the thing? Do we have any questions, or should I pull up the KiCad?
Pull up KiCad. Oh yeah, pull up the KiCad. Pull up KiCad.
Let me relocate to the other screen. Hey, it get fixed. Yay. All right. So at the other screen, let me pull up KiCad. And switch it to that project, which I was definitely going to do right before this, I promise. Open project. In the meantime, yeah, the work on the Marine Village badge was that I did was primarily on the layout. I didn't do any of the code. Told them I just did not have the bandwidth for that. Could have swore it was right there. There it is. Or was. Is not. Son of a. I apologize. I am far less prepared than I meant to be.
It's no problem. There's tech issues are
The thing about
normal.
sharing a screen is that no one
Yeah.
knows how to do it, and no one's ever learned, and we were never meant to.
Yeah, people were never meant to share screens.
Rocks aren't supposed to think.
Yeah.
Oh, I know why it's not there. It's in GitHub instead. Yeah, that's exactly where it is. Show and Explorer. I've got it now, baby. Where's the project file? There we are, .pro. Now I can set program window. Oh, it's just doing the whole screen. Yes, that'll work. So I'll close GitHub and we'll take a look at the PCB. And you all will see how much I love KiCad's curved trace feature. Let's go here. So this is the top board. You may notice there are a ton of vias in this, and that is a ton of via stitching for the 4 layers. The 3 of the layers have a ground plane on them in order to keep the data clean. As a disclosure, I'm not an electrical engineer. My degree is in graphic design. I make the pretty things. But and that may explain why I did some of the things I did. Like for example, on the back here, I am particularly fond of this particular series of traces. They're just so pretty. We got some resistor gate arrays here for pulling our GPIOs down. There's the power I mentioned. All the funky geometry is required for all of these components to work properly. That was fun. And then making all this work. The first time we did this, the ship was aligned, as you see now, with the horizontal thing, but you can't do these angles. So I had to rotate it to get some of these things to route cleanly. But one of the things I've been looking forward to showing everyone is the interior lines, or all that you can't see on the PCB. They're on the inside. They're all still pretty because, of course, they have to be pretty. And that's one of the reasons why I was excited to do this as an open source project. It's I get to show off all the pretty. Anyway, this layer is the one layer that has any kind of power on there. We put the 3.3 volt rail up there, the unswitched 5 volt rail all the way out here, and then there's a switched 5 volt rail in here, which ended up being this really funky shape. At one point, I had it as a boat within a boat as a joke to myself, but we moved some stuff around and it did not last. But yeah, the back is my favorite. I spent the most time here, made it all pretty. We've got the protection diodes and filtering capacitors and all that on our inputs here, and then all of the injection stuff and the different voltages being set by these different clusters and then being injected through these injectors into the CAN bus transceiver. Really, really cool stuff. It was a great team to work with, and I really enjoyed the process of figuring out how to lay things out. This SD card reader up here bit me in the keister a couple times. The back here, oh, it's going to take a second to render, apparently. While we're waiting on this, donate generously to these wonderful folks. Did it just crash? There we go. So one of the cool things about open source software is you get really cool updates and bug fixes. Friends of mine have recently found a bug within how KiCad renders certain types of these copper pores, and that's been submitted. I found in this 3D view that this capacitor in its original location was halfway through the metal housing. So the 3D viewer is a fantastic feature of KiCad. If you're not using it, you really should. But yeah, just I'm a big fan of making things that people can make. Oh, I see a comment over here. Filling out a form. All right, yeah, we need to get that form filled out. I will do that. Let me, in fact, grab for you all. Come on, let me grab the GitHub links, which I do actually have. I got those. Right here. Copy. And I'll put that in the public chat. Apparently I can't. I'll put it in the private chat. And you all can share that. Well, that will have all the KiCad files and all of the code for all this. So if you want to look into making your own CAN bus hacking tool, you can do that. We've got schematics here that you can take a look at. There's different pages so you can figure out what you want to work on. We've got the different injector pages for how the actual injectors work, and the CAN transceiver, which will allow you to take our parts and our design, which I can tell you works, and go for it. I do recommend a lot of via stitching on these grounds when you're working with data lines. Again, I'm not an EE, but the ones that I know have taught me that. You want to avoid ground loops and all that fun stuff. Any questions? Let me see here.
Thank you so much for giving folks a nice little overview of the kind of stuff you do. The KiCad opening really, it unleashed a lot of energy in the chat this evening. The folks had a lot of feelings about KiCad and their experiences playing with it and making things in it. People love curves.
Yeah. I mean, the Curvy Trace is really making an appearance throughout the entire 12-hour live stream. So good to see them get more love.
People love a curvy trace.
Oh, has anyone talked about how to modify the curvy traces in KiCad?
Tell us.
Tell us.
So the best way, because it was not this easy once upon a time. Let's pick this one because there's nothing around it. So you can click D and drag these. So what I like to do is when I'm making these originally, you click them, you click fillet, and I'll do 1 or 0.5, depending on what scale I'm working on. And then I'll hit D and I'll drag it till it's aesthetically pleasing. But if you need to move stuff and you don't want to reroute everything by hitting U and then delete and all that, you can just grab this, drag it back to a corner, and then you can drag this over here, and then you can go back and redo your fillet, and then you can drag it to be a little bit smaller, and then we'll do this side, and we'll also fillet. And then you can refill your zones. And now you've moved that without all of the effort that it used to require. Once upon a time, you had to really, really mess with it. It was a pain.
This is extremely relevant to my interests. I will not out myself by saying exactly what I have done using Illustrator and importing copper layers to get curvy traces before. So this is much better. Thank you.
Yeah, it's interesting going to from proper drawing tools into KiCad, which is not a proper drawing tool, and then trying to make it do proper drawing tool things. It's like, come on, why can't I do this? I can do this in other CAD programs. Why can't I do it here? But yeah, these are still my favorite curves. They come swooping down, and then they swoop up like little exhausts.
Amazing.
They're beautiful curves. Blenster, thank you so much for giving us a little peek behind the screen into the KiCad and the work that you've been doing. It's really cool seeing just how passionate people are about the curvy lines.
And yeah, we'll share your GitHub, and we hope to see a certification coming through soon. Like, yeah, if you already have all the GitHub and all the documentation, it's pretty straightforward, you know.
You
so
copy paste.
Looking forward to hopefully seeing that.
One of us has to get off our butt and do it, so maybe it'll be me.
But thank you so much. It was so good to chat with you, and we will chat again soon.